Hi everyone, this is Un Kyu Lee, a builder of Microjournal. What you're seeing today is Microjournal revision 4, and I'm going to walk you through briefly what it does and why it does it. So this version of Microjournal is mainly focused on a keyboard. What you can do is when you receive it, you can connect a USB cable and connect to a PC to make it work as a computer keyboard. So you can use it as a regular computer keyboard. You can also write directly on this device, and what you write will be displayed in this tiny screen. So you can press a knob for a short moment, and if I want to change the text here, let's see. Okay, I want to find an empty file, or I found the empty file here, and I can write directly on the device. Typical use case for me is that when I receive an email that I need to address several points, and I do not want to miss any points. So in this case, what I do is I put an email on the screen and I turn to writer deck mode and I start writing responses for each point. Once you have written this, send it back to the computer. So what you do is that you can press ESC to enter a menu. There are several items are presented in the menu, and one of them is called send text. And when you press send text, it will send the text that you have written on the writer deck, and it will pretend it as a keyboard, and it will just type out what you have written. And that's how you would send the text. There's another way to do it is to open as a USB drive. It's the same as you press ESC to enter menu. And then there's something called drive mode. And this will open up in the computer as a USB drive. And I believe this was text 4. Yeah. So you will have access to the files that you have written in the device. When you want to transition from writer deck to a keyboard mode, you can just press the knob and it will change to each mode as such. This has an internal battery, and which means this power switch can connect the battery to the device or disconnect the battery to the device. And when you disconnect from a PC, it will turn off, but when you turn on the power switch, it will start using the battery inside and it will turn on the device. So you can use this on the go and you can write. And you can use it as a writer deck. And when you come back home, you can send your text back to your PC as I've demonstrated before. And while connected to USB and the power switch is on, this means this power will be charging the battery. All right. And the battery that are used inside is a AAA battery, rechargeable, and NiMH battery. So this is a battery that you can very easily buy from a supermarket or Amazon, and it should be very easy to find. In Microjournal revision 4, what I specifically wanted to do is to bring out something for writers. I have been receiving a lot of feedback from writers who are using Microjournal, specifically a lot from Hook, who has been writing a lot. And he's been telling me a lot of feedback to print out specific characters when they press key. For instance, EM dash or mid dot or open quote, close quote, that are specifically often used in the publishing setup, I assume. What I used is a macro. When you can assign several sequence of keys in one key press. So for instance, if you press caps lock, it will print out EM dash. I need to show the screen. So pressing caps lock will print out EM dash, and the layer key caps lock will print out ellipsis. Pressing a layer key and the caps lock will print out different keys like that. So you can assign several macros for your needs. And this, I would like to present it as a very nice feature for the writers, so that you can handle those keys in just one key press. How you can do this is to create a JSON file where you would have definition for each keys. So you can edit the JSON file in order to define your own key map. And one of the things is that on the caps lock key, I've assigned macro 0, where it is defined underneath. So in the macro 0, you can see that it's pressing left art and pressing keypad 0, 1, 5, 1, and then it's releasing art, which is the right EM dash. So all these key presses are registered in one key press as macro 0, and when you press caps lock, it will print out EM dash. And on the alt layer, where what you will have when you press the FN key and the caps lock, it will print out different keys. So in this case, it would be ... I think it's called ellipse. I don't know. Correct me in the how I should pronounce this letter in the comment, please. And it's defined as a macro 1, and it's defined in the caps lock key location as macro 1. You can have up to 10 macros. So you can add extra lines here with your needs, and then you can assign them in the extra layer keys, or in some cases you might want to put it in the main layer as well. You can personalize your key maps, and you can gain control over what key does what based on your needs. All right, that's it for the introduction and the use case of the Microjournal revision 4. See you next time. Bye.